Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hot Zone. I'm your host, Jason Robinson, and in the Hot Zone today, we have got one of the smoothest R&B voices in the business. We've got none other than Mr. Kenny Lattimore. We're going to speak to Kenny about his musical career, his hit songs over the years like Never Too Busy and For You, which is like the #1 wedding song of all time, and about his brand new 10th studio album called Here to Stay, featuring new songs like Pressure and Lose You. Plus, you can't miss Kenny and I battle it out to see who's the best singer in another installment of the Hot Zone Talent Show. Stay tuned to see who wins and so much more, because you're in the Hot
Never too busy. I'm never too busy for you, babe.
Zone. And welcome back to the Hot Zone. We are joined by one of the smoothest R&B voices of all time. We got my man, Mr. Kenny Lattimore. Welcome to the Hot Zone,
Thank you.
Kenny.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
I am so excited for everything that's going on in your career. Obviously, you have your 10th studio album, Here to Stay, and it's such an amazing album. I just want to take it back just a little bit. Now, you were born and raised in Washington, D.C., correct?
Yes, Washington, D.C.
How was it like being born and raised there?
You know, it was wonderful because, well, it was Chocolate City back then. So I know
Right.
it's one of the most diverse cities in the world right now. But back then, what was kind of cool was I was able to see a lot of African Americans that were entrepreneurs and had businesses. The Quiet Storm radio format came out of Howard University there. My mother was a student at Howard. I eventually went to Howard. It was always as beautiful as it is, but to me, it almost felt like a neglected city. Yeah. In some respects. It was definitely a different kind of place than it is now, but it was always just as beautiful. And the live music was always huge because go-go music, of course, comes from DC. Mm-hmm. So it was always a huge live music scene.
Growing up in the nation's capital, you didn't have any ideas of going into politics, brother?
That I did not want. The very thing that I probably could have done doing it. Yeah, I had no aspirations in politics.
What was it about the music industry that really sparked your interest to make you want to pursue it as a career?
My mother discovered I could sing when I was 12. And she asked me if I wanted to take voice lessons. I started taking voice lessons and singing the American Songbook and really operating outside of what people thought a typical 12-year-old or 13-year-old would want to do. In that, I started to discover that maybe my voice was a little different than everybody else's, or that I was at least willing to learn more and hone in on the skill of singing where everybody may not have had the same opportunity. So the more I dived into it, the more I think I got that gratification back of the applause. I think that's what it starts with. It starts with the other people. Right. Music, I would say, saved my life. My personality blossomed and everything through music in such a way that I knew I just had passion for it.
What would you say was your first then big break in your opinion?
I did a demo for Columbia Records. I remember it going to Columbia Records. And one day, once I finished my demo, I remember getting phone calls. It went to other labels as well because I had other messages from labels. But I remember going into the meeting with Randy Jackson, who we all know from American Idol now, Donnie Einer, who was the president of Columbia, a guy named Matt Jones, who actually was the one that discovered me, and my management. I can't remember who else was in that meeting. I think that may have been it. I walked into that big Sony building and sat there and they said, "We love you. We think that you're great and we want to sign you." And I was like,
hallelujah.
Yeah. I was like, are you kidding? It was like the dream come true.
Then in 1996, that led to your debut album, simply titled Kenny Lattimore, like an amazing album. You know, I love that. I listened to the smash hits like, Never Too Busy, For You, obviously. Such an amazing debut album. Did you realize when you were recording Kenny Lattimore that it was going to be so successful?
First of all, I was hoping it came out. Because back then, you could have gotten shelved and you could have done a whole album and it not even come out. Those were things that I found out were happening to some people. And the fact that they had the confidence to put my project out and the way that it was embraced, I felt like a star immediately at my photo shoot. And the video, when I shot my first video, I was like, oh, all these people are here for me. That makes you feel like you made something. You know, if it was the only song I ever put out, that made me feel like, wow, this is special. This is big.
Nothing is impossible for you.
When you recorded For You, which is my all-time favorite song, right? Like, did you realize that For You was going to be like the #1 wedding song of all time when you recorded?
Wow. You know what I thought about For You? I thought it definitely was a gorgeous song. I thought it's something very special about it, but it authentically was one of my best friends from high school, Kenny Leram. It was his wedding song to his fiance. So I just sort of looked at it like, well, that's Kenny's song. But then I asked him one day, could I put this on my demo? And he was like, sure. So I put it on a demo and the rest is history. But I think the beauty of the song is that it was authentic. I didn't sit down with Kenny and say, hey, let's come up with a wedding song for my album that we can go out and we can make some money off of and get some exposure. You know, it was just something that organically happened. And I think that's what's so endearing about the lyrics of the song and all that. They're just intentionally great lyrics that were written from the heart of this man, as opposed to, again, something contrived.
Well, I mean, starting back from 1996 with Kenny Lattimore and your major hits, everything in between, and now we have today, your latest album, right? Your 10th studio album, right? It's called Here to Stay. The first single is Pressure, right?
Yes.
Now, obviously, that's a great title because Lord knows, you know, the whole nation has been under so much pressure throughout this last year.
How about that?
10 months with the pandemic and social injustice and everything. What is Pressure all about and why did you write it?
All of the lyrics on this album really are a reflection of my relationship with my wife, Faith, because we're in a new marriage. So I wanted every lyric to honor her. And Pressure was really just saying that you're so good to me, you know, everything so good.
Right.
Pressure. Pressure is like one of those words like dope or fly, you know, that's hard to resist. So that was the whole premise behind that particular song. But really every part of the lyrics of the album are about my relationship.
Another single you have on there is called Lose You. Tell me about that.
Lose You would be the same. I call it my experimental song because when we first did it, I did not, I just was like, this is more like a poetry kind of thing, hip hop and R&B poetry. It was taking me and stretching me outside of the box. So when I first heard the finishing product, I was like, wow, this is really great. I think that it's really unique. So you're going to be hearing a lot more of Lose You in the new year.
How many years have you been in the industry now?
As a solo artist, it's been 25, but I've been in it longer than that. There's a title that really lets you know that I'm still committed to the love song. I'm committed to the messages that are timeless. I'm committed to singing to the hearts of women and the minds of men to encourage them in love. That's my musical purpose. I'm just staying right there.
Well, what do you think has attributed to your longevity and success in this business? Because there's a lot of people that came out same time you did that's not in the industry anymore. So what do you think attributes to all of your success and longevity?
I'd have to give that credit to collaboration and relationships. People that have been there who believed in me and who helped me to continue to stay positive and stay creative, because there are lots of people who get discouraged and the business can do that. But I tried to never lose the passion for it. When other opportunities came, I just took them and kept doing what I loved. So keeping that passion, I think, was the key to all of it.
When you're not singing and you're not doing your music, you also have a personal life. So you are now, ladies, if you don't know, Kenny is off the market. He is now married to Judge Faith Jenkins. First of all, congratulations to you. Right? Congratulations. newlywed still, right? It's almost 2 years.
Yes.
So how did you know that Faith was Mrs. Right?
You watch a person's character. You know, it's so funny because in the song Lose You, it talks about words do help, but watch my actions. I watched the actions of this woman, her integrity, the way that she treated me, the kindness that she had towards me, the depth of a person that she was. I love that she's an intellectual, that she's smart, that she's an academic. I felt like we were a really great fit. We were in the same place at the same time.
You know, I always ask every couple this question, right? And it's very interesting. So I wanted to get your take on it. If you just had to choose one, right? Do you think it's more important, if you could only choose one, for your partner to love you or like you? What do you think is the most important for you?
In the day-to-day, you got to like the person. Every day you wake up, you can respectfully love somebody, but you got to like them on a daily basis, so they're going to get on your nerves, and then you're not going to like them anymore.
Right. Before you go, we got to play a little fun game right here on the Hot Zone, right?
Okay.
You are going to be a participant in our Hot Zone talent show. You and I sing a verse or two.
Okay.
Our favorite song. Since you're my guest, I'm going to let you pick who gets to go first in our Hot Zone talent show. Kenny Lattimore or Jason Robinson?
Come on, Jason. You go on first now.
So here I go. My song, since I go first, is Bobby Brown, Rock With Ya.
Acapella?
Acapella, brother. Boom. All right.
I love it.
Here we go. I want to rock with you, lady, all night long. I want to roll with you, lady, feeling so strong. I want to rock with you, lady, all night long. Rock and roll and rock, making sweet love, don't you ever stop. You and me, girl, we'll share a drink of wine. We'll be one-on-one, loving through the night. And we're so lucky that we found a love so bright. And we were meant to love on through the night.
Hey.
Just makes me loving all night long.
Hey.
All right now, Hot Zoners, we're going to turn this over to the professional, Mr. Kenny Lattimore.
Let me get my key here.
That you're going to choose to sing. I'm sure it's going to be one of your hot songs, brother.
Okay, yep, here we go. This is pressure. Like in a couple different ways.
Okay.
You know it's about that time. Lay it on me so heavy like the bass line. Keep me so cool like the winter. No shame, serve it up, need your dinner, babe. Like a nice breeze through them summer trees. Get a quick trip in overseas. Press your heart fired up like a diamond, babe. You're my star, I'd go blind cause you shine crazy. Every time you leave me, babe, I feel used. Give it to me so good, can't forget you're all mine. You're all mine. No, don't give that good love to nobody. When you call, I'll pull up every time. Ooh, it's just that good. Oh, it's precious. Spent a lot of time, no, I can't deny it's precious. Oh. Can I get a hit of that, babe? Ooh, you're my medicine, I need my precious. See, I got an unfair advantage. I got some background singers.
Hey,
Hey!
let me go to the Hot Zone committee and drum roll.
Oh, that's right. I get a prize. Oh, look, I get a prize.
Wait, we don't know.
One of us gets the prize.
Drum roll, please. The winner is, let me get that thing here. Kenny.
Hey! Thank you.
Congratulations, brother. I am sending you a Hot Zone shot glass. All right, there you go.
Okay.
That's coming in the mail. Here to Stay is out currently, right now, right? December 30th came out.
Yep, all music outlets digitally, or you can get a CD if you want. Go to Amazon, get a CD.
Oh, absolutely, man.
We're making them.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All the best to you and success on Here to Stay. And of course, give Faith my best. And please come back on the show anytime, my brother.
Thank you so much for having me, man. Hey, I'm Kenny Lattimore, and I'm in the Hot Zone.